So growing up, I was born and raised in Victorville. So growing up, we didn't really see a lot of snow. The few times we did see snow was really cool. But for us, it was always staying in. So like staying in and watching Christmas Story. Every single year on Christmas Eve, we watched Christmas Story. And while watching it, we always baked Christmas cookies. Chocolate chips, snickerdoodle, whatever kind, but we always baked cookies. And then also, we have these little tiny SpongeBob ornaments. And every single year, every single one of my siblings hangs one on the tree in different positions, different everything. Every year we switch off. But yeah, that's pretty much our holiday traditions in my house.
Definitely look forward to time with family, all the cousins and grandparents, and that was something I look forward to every time, because we would have Secret Santa. That was a tradition. We have Secret Santa, but another part of our tradition unofficially was, one was trying to find a time that worked for everybody, because we have a lot of family, but also a lot of them worked in industries where holidays weren't automatically off. But I think the other tradition unofficially was lying to each other.
Wait, lying to each other?
Yes, we would lie to each other because certain people had reputations that come in later or on time, and depending on what your reputation was, you got a different start time. So if the actual start time was 5 p.m., some people were told 4, some people were told 3:30 or 2, and that would usually work up until like the day before. Like somebody slipped the actual start time and they were like, oh, if it's at 5, then I'll be there at 5 instead.
A lot of the time on Christmas, we would go to the movie theater. I love the movie theater because that's just my thing. Even not going to the movie theater, just sitting down watching movies at home, like on Christmas Day or around Christmas time, it's always so fun. Like I love watching Gremlins, or Shazam is also a pretty good one that I love. But just going to see the actual like theater is like a whole kind of experience.
The tradition that sticks out to me is when I was younger, my mom always loved having chocolate eclairs for us on Christmas morning. So didn't matter how busy we were, the day before Christmas, we were always running around to some donut shop to see who had chocolate eclairs so that we could have that on Christmas morning. My favorite tradition now is wherever I go during the year, whether it's just a quick getaway or like a big trip that I'm taking vacation somewhere, I will pick up a Christmas ornament, and at the end of the year, I pull out all of the Christmas ornaments to put them on the tree. Just remember all of the wonderful experiences and all the places that I got to visit during the year.
Do you have one that's a little more favorite than the others?
Oh, I do. I went last year, maybe it was the year before, I was in Vegas and I went to the Adele concert and got to just kind of be up close with her as she walked through. And so I have a Christmas ornament that is a picture of me and Adele that I look forward to putting up on my tree every year.
The one that comes to mind the most are the huge family dinners that we used to have, 20 or 30 people, and my mom would make it always a humongous meal. But more than that was my sister and I used to always think we were going to sneak a present right before it happened, so we would always sneak and open up a present, and we always opened the socks. No matter what present we picked, like no matter what it was shaped like, inevitably it was always socks. Like for every single year it was always socks. I just don't know why that always makes me laugh.
Growing up in West Virginia, sometimes our Christmas holiday would be snowy and cold. Other times it would be like it is here in Victor Valley right now. But one tradition we had is we always had 2 Christmas gatherings. One with my grandparents and one with our aunts and uncles and cousins. So the day after Christmas, when all of our aunts and uncles and cousins came, then we had another time to open presents and have tradition and spend with family. And in our family, our friends were family. So friends would come and it was a joyous time.
One family tradition that me and my little sisters always look forward to is the Elf on the Shelf. And every winter, it was always an unexpected visit from the elf itself. And how we would know is there will always be a trail of marshmallows on the floor. And so whenever we would see marshmallows, that signified that the elf was in the house somewhere. So we had to try and find it.
Where was the weirdest place you found the Elf on the Shelf growing up?
Probably in the chimney. In the chimney, because it was where it had entered, and we saw the trail of marshmallows leading to the chimney.
At midnight, we usually open up one present. I chose between 2 huge ones, and I thought one was what I really wanted, but unfortunately I picked the wrong one. And instead of going to sleep, I stayed up all night upset that it wasn't the present I thought it was.
What did you think you were getting?
And I thought I was getting a bike, but it wasn't. It was instead a big, huge outdoor playset, and I was sad, and I stayed up all morning. I couldn't go to sleep, and then woke up in the morning, the other present was what I wanted, so I was being a spoiled brat pretty much.
Part of my childhood was spent in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. And a big tradition that we do there is posadas. Posadas is like a community event in your neighborhood. And what you do is you walk around with all kids your age or kids around your age, and you're holding a candle. And essentially you're saying this chant asking for shelter. But what that means, it translates in modern terms, is we just had all the good food and all the good tamales and ponches and champurrado all across through the neighborhood block. And I just remember, walking around with my candle, trying to be in line with the rest of my neighbors, just going around asking for shelter, in the posada manner. And it was just really a great opportunity for us to build community with the folks we were living with and the folks that were around our streets. And it just really brought us together, and we got to really feel connected.
I'm a New Yorker, I'm from Harlem, New York City. And so I was around a lot of snow. So that was like super incredible, going to Rockefeller Center in downtown, looking at the tree, going ice skating. In my neighborhood, we had like a snowy hill that we would go down. All the kids, we would do that pretty much every year. But another thing that we would do too, though, as a family, we would watch Home Alone. So Kevin McAllister was like my best friend for a long time. Still remember some of those lines, you filthy animal.
Well, we still do this now, but I always enjoyed going and looking at Christmas lights. And one house in particular that always stuck out to me, there was this one house in Apple Valley, and they used to play the Gummy Bear song, and I hate the song now, but I used to love it, and it always would make my brother and I really excited to see it, because it was like crazy, like psycho, like lights with flashing everywhere and all kinds of cool characters in their yard. So it was always cool seeing that house as well. And sometimes we'd go and get like Starbucks after, or go to our Christmas Eve service at our church. And it was always just a really good way to end our Christmas Eve and get us excited for Christmas Day.
As a kid, my parents were always entertaining people. And so there was a lot of like activity around the preparation of food and then the bringing people together. And we were in a huge Filipino community, both back east, and then when we moved to the high desert, my dad actually started the first Filipino American Association. So food for the holidays is a big deal, but it's about the preparation and bringing people together. And now with my kids, because it's a blended family, they're Mexipino, we mix the Filipino food along with the Mexican food. So we have tamales and pan de sal and turkey with green chili in addition to adobo. So I think that's the best part of it, is teaching them that through line, that family and food matter. Food only matters in the context of bringing people together.
When I was 12, I really, really wanted an Xbox 360 for Christmas, and I wasn't completely sure if I was going to get it. And I remember one night sleeping, looking over at the tree, and suddenly a present that wasn't there occurred. And I remember going over to it, and I think my dad sort of snuck up on me, and he said, "You can open it if you want." I wasn't really sure, because we didn't always do the opening presents before Christmas thing, but this time he let me open it, and I remember as soon as I saw what it was, I was really, really excited. And he also got me, it was important at the time, it's not really a thing anymore, but a hard drive to go with it, so that way I could have all the games that I wanted on it. And that was a very special time for me, having a gift from Santa at the time, because I believed in him, and then growing up and realizing that it really came from my father. It was a very special memory.
Growing up in Victorville, the metropolis, my brothers and my sister and I were brought up with my mother trying to orchestrate Christmas. Mrs. Claus would want to have everything down to the minute on who got to open what and what order you had to do it. And we spent most of the morning trying to make my mom go crazy as we would change gifts with each other secretly and start opening up gifts that were supposed to be for my sister or my brother and go, "Mom, what the heck?" And it took her years before she figured out that her children had conspired against her and her efforts to have an organized Christmas. But it was fun.
So my grandparents were at the time lived in the same house for like 45 years. So it was tradition for every Christmas to go down there and see all the cousins. Well, we're a very big family. My grandparents were Catholic. So they had 7 kids. My Aunt Elsie my Aunt Elsie had 12, and my Aunt Helen had 15. So we're just a really big family. So going down to my grandma's house every Christmas was just the most fun because it was like controlled chaos. We cousins would play hide and seek, and we would, eat really good food and just sit around and enjoy, each other's company. But it was probably one of my most fondest memories growing up, is just being in the house. And my grandparents had a really big house, so, we would just got in all types of shenanigans at my grandparents' house, for sure.
You must have had like a lot of cousins by now.
Yeah, I had, I want to say 21 or 23 cousins, first cousins. So, I mean, that's a big lot of cousins. Opening Christmas presents took hours. I'm going to tell you that right now.
My mom and I would go see the Nutcracker Ballet together. So, because of my very youthful age, I have been to very numerous different ballets over the years. The Nutcracker is a beautiful, beautiful ballet, and it definitely makes me feel like it is Christmas time when I see it or even hear the music. So I have been to many, and my son, who's 15 now, he has also been incorporated into that tradition and has gone to many a Nutcracker ballet. We also exchange nutcrackers, and I have a very extensive collection of nutcrackers from childhood into adulthood, and so does now my son. And I display them all year round because I love them, and they mean so very much to me.
If you had to guess, about how many do you own?
Probably between 30 and 40, which gives away my age.
So when I was a kid, my whole family used to get together, and I went over to his house and just have a big fest. At around like 11 p.m., getting to the midnight, we sing like a prayer, since my family is Catholic. It's a long hour prayer. Us kids would just be bored sitting there listening to their prayers. But at the end, they'll pass around like little baby glass Jesus, and we have to kiss it in order to get a little candy ball. Some refused it, but at the end, they didn't want a candy ball, so they just kissed the baby Jesus on the forehead and got a free candy. It was pretty cool. And afterwards, we would just open presents, sleep over, next day, play with the presents, and then we just went home and for New Year's did the exact same again.
The holidays was the best times when I was growing up. We had, my mother grew up as a single parent, and I had other siblings, 3 other siblings. But on Christmas morning, before you got up, you had to get up in the morning time. Of course, you couldn't talk to nobody unless you brush your teeth, wash your face. And then afterwards, we have to say our prayers, because I came up from my mother who knew the Lord, so we're a very religious family. And we had to have our prayers. We had to tell, what are you thankful for today? But I love it. I love the way we grew up. After we opened up all of our presents, our mother took pictures of us. We had a wonderful breakfast in the morning time. Our grandparents came over and visited us. It was just a family gathering. When you have a legacy that you grew up with, you would like to keep it for the rest of your family also. My legacy was on Christmas morning, get up and give God thanks. We always give God praise and thanks. And then we threw down, we grub, baby. We did not play when it came time to eat, okay? All the little kids was at the table eating the food. Because why? We were thankful for that day, Christmas Day. So Christmas morning was the best morning because we had so many presents. And my mother was a very hard worker as a single parent. She made sure we had a Christmas, every single Christmas. So for that, Mommy, she's in heaven now. Rest in peace. I thank you for the memory that you gave to me as a young child growing up and all my brothers and sisters. God bless you.
I'm so happy to share about Rosca de los Reyes, which is Three Kings Day. I actually grew up with that tradition with my familia. And so what it is, it's a Three Kings Day bread. It's a sweet bread that the wise men were actually bringing over as they walked to the North Star for the baby Jesus day and birth. And so when we cut this rosca, there's 6 babies included, and whoever in the family gets that baby in their bread, they have to make tamales, and everybody gets invited to every family member's house for tamales. What do you think?
What's your favorite tamale?
Chicken.
So in my family, a tradition which was unpopular, but yet it was, I guess it was a tradition. Someone somehow would always bring a fruit cake to like the holiday parties. I don't know why. I don't think anyone actually ever ate the fruit cake. It was like a loaf of bread or cake, and it had fruits that were like red or green. They were like circular or like cube or square looking, and they were in the loaf. The fruit cake was like the one thing on the table that was like untouched. I never ever physically remember anyone ever slicing the fruitcake and eating it.
One of the traditions that we have for my family is that every year for Christmas we play these games. Sometimes they're board games, other times they're games where, for instance, there was this one where we would put a shower cap on and then put a bunch of shaving cream, and then the other person would toss Cheetos onto the person's head, and the person with the most Cheetos on their head won. And usually we would win like little gift cards. Other times we would win like vouchers for things, but yeah.
Well, the problem is remembering my childhood is that is so long ago that I just remember sleigh bells being invented, and I remember things that are just like that. The only traditions I remember come from a little bit later, kind of like toward the end of high school when you start becoming a human being. That's when my memories start. And we had a family tradition, first of all, of having ornaments, where everybody would buy ornaments, until we figured out after several years how lame that is and how sad it is that we're getting, and you can only find so many golf-themed tree ornaments for my father. The one I really liked is we had Pick and Save, which used to be where most of the I'm forgetting what they are now. The big lots are now. And we had a white elephant gift tradition where you got selected for somebody, but you had to buy everything for the white elephant gift sale at Pick and Save while everybody was there. So no one knew who your Secret Santa was, but we knew that they were somewhere in the room, and you knew that they might guess who it was. So we run around, and we'd also do things where we try to make it a certain theme. So I remember one year when my sister had recently gotten married to my brother-in-law Mark, and we had a duck theme that year. So we're going around Pick and Save looking for duck stuff. And it's astonishing how much duck stuff there was there, and how wonderfully useless it was, because that was so much fun. You just had all these gifts you're getting to somebody, and we're laughing throughout the whole thing, and we had a duck of fun.
I would say Lego sets were my favorite thing to get. Particularly this one time, I got the Lego set to Bikini Bottom from SpongeBob. That was probably my favorite Lego set that I ever got.
Is it Legos or Lego?
Legos.
Lego.
Lego?
It's Lego.
That's not how I remember it.
Yeah. Did you ever get a gift and you were like, this is not something I really wanted, but I still have to smile because I got it?
I think it's always been like that with clothes, specifically.
What was like the weirdest thing of clothes that you got and you're like, really?
Nobody ever really understands the type of clothes that I'm into. I think the weirdest one was these turquoise skinny jeans that I got one year. Not really my style.
Did you ever wear them?
I think I wore them once just to see what they looked like.
One thing that we do with my daughter, we started the Elf on the Shelf tradition, and a couple years ago, I think it was the biggest mess that the elf was able to make. While she was asleep, we had shaving cream all over the bathroom, all over the mirror. There was toilet paper everywhere, and he left the water on.
So was it a little over the top?
It was a little over the top.
A little more than you expected?
Yeah, definitely.
What did your daughter think?
Well, she woke up, and she kind of woke up mad because she had to be the one to clean it.
Your daughter had to clean up the elf's mess?
Yeah.
So something that makes me excited as a Christmas tradition in my family is we get together Christmas Eve. We all have the same Christmas pajamas. We bake cookies for Santa. We sing a lot of Christmas songs. We dance in the kitchen, and it's just a glorious time for us.
Do you change the pajamas every year?
Yes, because they get older every year.
What's the silliest ones you guys have done?
I actually just went to pick them up right now from Target. It's the Grinch. We love the Grinch.
Every Christmas Eve, we'll go to my dad's side of the family, and basically we have our whole little party thing, and then by midnight, we're able to open one present and then everything else has to be open on Christmas Day. But just that one present and we have to hug every single family member. But then also my mom makes sure that every single present has curly ribbon, and that it's just beautiful to look at as well. So that's what our Christmas traditions are.